Dude, where's my guest? Big fish fishing stories and non-fishy games. And some quick TA difference in Halo Spartan Assault. This is Achievement Hunting 101.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to the Achievement Hunting 101 podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Your home for Xbox achievements and Gamerscore woes. Today, this afternoon, joining me is a lovely bunch of people.
Coconuts?
Named Koosh Moose. Is the alias name, that is. The not-so-alias name, Big Ell, is here. And joining us, special guest, Sashamorning. Hello.
Hello.
Boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Sasha, baby.
Sasha.
You won the lottery recently. I heard you're a millionaire.
I'm a millionaire. I can't believe it. And according to TA, which isn't necessarily the definitive, but hey, I'll call it definitive, 88th.
88th millionaire.
Which I like
If
that.
it's not on TA, it doesn't count.
I like that number, 88, Back to the Future.
So tell us everything. Tell us
what?
everything.
What's it like? What's it like on that side?
It's you know what? It's actually pretty peaceful. It's like the sound barrier. You know, it's kind of like I don't know if you ever saw The Right Stuff. When Chuck Yeager went through the sound barrier, you know, it's shaking and then boom, went through and everything's all peaceful on the other side.
Oh yeah, it's
flying.
New Kids on the Block song, right?
I don't listen to New Kids, so I don't
stop
know.
it.
But Taylor Swift is coming out with a new album this week, so
Sweet.
I'm excited.
We briefly mentioned it last week, but tell us which game and achievement you hit the million with.
Well, I had 6 points left, and my girlfriend mentioned the Sashamorning character started in a pirate game, so the next to last achievement I got was Cartographer from Age of Booty.
Nice.
And just seemed absolutely appropriate because I used to do navigation in this pirate game. And then the final achievement, the 1 pointer, because I wanted to stop at 999. I had to get 1 point, and that was Eve from Summer Athletics, the EU edition, which is appropriately create a female character.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much planning did you have to go into to hit 9999?
Oh, it just I had to shoot it off a little bit. I think what did I do? Save the Ninja Clan, or I can't remember what I used to jump it off a little, but you know, I've been doing this for so long. I mean, I don't keep my gamer score at 0s and 5s. I just play whatever. So
Now, how far out did you have this plan?
The
specific plan.
I had this plan so that I would get to 6 points. I mean, literally the day of, I was like, okay, how do I get another 30 points? Let's see, Killer Instinct. There's a whole bunch of 5-point achievements. I'll just do those. And just literally, I mean, just trying to find 5s and 10s here and there and everywhere. Just making sure I wasn't jumping over.
Right.
Right.
Playing a Neo Geo. Oops, I just got a 100 gamer score accidentally. Don't want to hop it.
But the plan to get one under, and then the specific achievement. Like, how far out did you know those?
About 2 weeks. I was trying to come up with which one to do, and actually, you know what? Shout out to Chip, Fighter Chip. He was like, you know what? The one you gotta use. This is it from Summer Athletics.
Oh,
I
Chip
had that.
Papa.
It was not. You
Wow.
don't have it. You don't have it on EU. So, yep. There's where I was.
Good game, Chip.
Chipperoni.
So we talked about it a little bit before the show with other people, but you've obviously hit the million, and you're still gaming. So has any thoughts come to your mind about slowing down or stopping?
You know, I'm not stopping, even though L thinks I am.
I've seen you retire
I'm retiring.
several times, my friend.
I'm retiring. It's over. I'm done. I'm done. No,
But could you settle down with a longer, say, a JRPG or something, or change the way you're gaming?
That's exactly it. I'm playing This Is the Police right now, and it's a slow game. It's all backloaded, and I'm just kind of going through it. I want to go back now that that's done. I'm going to go back to Night in the Woods and try and finish that. I'm going to go back to which I love. I can't talk enough about Night in the Woods. It's one of the greatest games I've played out there. It's just it's really great. Night in the Woods. If you haven't played it, you should look for it. It's can't describe it. It's a little bit offbeat.
Was that Alan Wake type game? That had
what's
that one?
Through the Woods.
Cat. Okay, never mind.
It's about a cat. She basically it's essentially the 20-something cat. She drops out of college, comes back home, lives with her parents, and just life in her town. But strange things are afoot, and it's just a very clever game.
So like a murder meowstery?
It yes, kind of like. There's some clever things that I can't even describe. Just things that are really cool. Like, and some of the achievements are clever. Like, you get an achievement, it's a missable achievement for only eating the crusts from the pizza that other people have put back. It's like everybody's eating pizza, you're only eating the crust that they're putting back. It's kind of, but there's one problem with the game, and that is it has this. I don't know. It's got this roguelite thing in the middle called Demon Tower. And that one achievement will keep me from finishing it, and it's a beast. And that's the one downside of this game. It's got this weird roguelike adventure in the middle of it that doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the game. So she's playing it on her computer, is what it is.
Oh, you spend your time in Possum Springs.
Oh. Possum Springs, yeah.
You have my attention now.
I cannot give this thing enough love. That is one of my favorite games, and just the whole mood is awesome.
So you're not skipping the cutscenes then?
Oh no, no. I have sat through all the cutscenes for that game, the entire time. And I mean, I've been playing that for a while. I haven't finished it, but I'm trying to go back through it and finish that. But yeah, actually, I'm playing. This Is the Police, and it has very long cutscenes. Very long cutscenes. And I'm sitting there just watching it because I want to know the story. Yeah, no more speed gaming. I made a decision, I'm soaking it in. I'm finally going to get to Metro.
What about easy games, Rattalikas, your weekly Rattalikas? Are those still in the mix?
Yeah, I got to admit I'm addicted to the pop. So I kind of like this. Actually, Rattalaika has put out a couple of good ones lately. Sagebrush was surprisingly good and surprisingly deep. I was reading up on it. It's a one-man developer in Ann Arbor, Michigan, who made this game, and for a game that literally takes an hour, it delves into some pretty serious issues. So I was like, Rattalaika made this. But it's a great game. But yeah, the weeklies, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's fun to pop achievements, and but that's not all I'm going for. For a while, it's all I was playing was just the easiest games I could find, easiest points I could find. Not even finishing games, just the easiest points.
Right. Well, Elle and Nate, have you guys been playing the easy stuff still, or have you retired and are taking the easy road, watching the cutscenes?
Well, let's let Elle go first.
Oh,
He's
man.
chomping at the bit to talk.
Oh, you missed me last week?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm still playing.
That's what you said.
We always miss you, Elle. We always
for the last 2 weeks, I've been playing Never Out, right?
Oh, yes. The 1 to 2 week completion. That's right.
There's a strange story. I don't know if you want to mention that here or not. But Celtic Force, I don't know where he's been lately. But the last game that he played, if anyone's looked, was Never Out. And he left 2 achievements on Never Out unfinished. And that game is so fast. I think it took me very short amount of time. And so it makes you wonder. It's like, Celtic Force was this guy that did all these completions and then all of a sudden stopped mid-completion.
Isn't that a game about escaping as well?
It reminds you of Cube. You ever seen Cube, the movie Cube?
Yeah, it's Canadian.
It's called Cube, right?
Yeah.
It's
kind of like Cube. It's a Canadian movie. I'm not kidding.
I wasn't saying you're kidding. I was just trying to remember.
It's an independent movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Cube.
Escape from a Cube.
So
Not
did
the
he
game
leave
Cube, but
the two achievements he left behind, their clues attached? Did you see which two?
I don't think.
Oh.
I just noticed that there were two missing.
All right, well, I hope he's okay wherever he is.
I hope so, too.
Anyway, our very own Kingsman, I believe, was the first one to complete that game, and he put up some YouTube videos, and I used his videos when I got stuck with the walkthrough, which was very strange. So it's kind of like the energy cycle walkthrough where you can theoretically are able to do it without looking at the screen. But if you mess up, it's kind of hard to go back to where you were. So you have to look at the video to kind of see where you start off in the level. So that's what I did. And the running joke is that every time they saw me playing it, it just like, hello, you're not done with this yet? Because it's supposed to be a quick completion.
I checked on you for 3 hours one day, and you dived the game.
Yeah, well, get distracted.
The game is 1 year and under.
Get distracted.
Well, to be fair, you said that part of that was like it just wouldn't run.
It wouldn't run on either of my surfaces. And then, so when I dived it worked fine. And then it wouldn't run again on the one. So then I tried on my OG one, and it worked. But then the achievement popped on the wrong account, and it was, So then I deleted all the save data, and then it loaded up again. So I just had to start over. So yeah, it was a tricky one.
And
then I finished it in one.
Without
yes,
stopping,
I finished in one sitting. That's what happened.
That's what you do.
So that was fun.
2 weeks sitting.
Yeah. So last night, oh my God, it was very stupid. So I got home from work and I decided to throw on Castaway Paradise.
That's the game I was using. Castaway Paradise.
On my RTDL, I had one for collecting all the shells. And
the worst one. Okay.
Well, I got that one done, legit. When I got back from vacation, I found it. And then the next day, I said, let me just throw it on again for my dailies. And then 5 hours went by, and I have all the achievements except for the one to collect all the fish.
It's also a bad one. Yep.
So I don't know if you saw me send you
Checks out.
I sent you a cryptic message, and you probably didn't.
I saw that, and I promptly ignored it. Did not understand it.
Yeah, it says F.U. Spotted Ray, which is...
Okay.
You'll know what it is now.
I deciphered that. But now it makes more sense.
It's the last fish you need to catch, and it's.
You know what? I think that was the last one I had to catch too.
And there's different fish foods you can use, but what I've seen, it's a spotted eagle ray. That's actually what it's called. And I think if you just use the normal fish food, you'll eventually get it. Do you remember what you did? Guessing not.
No, because I just used a variety.
Yeah.
The fish actually came before the shells. The shells was the real downer.
Well,
the shells only have so many spawns per day.
Theoretically, yes. You can dig around and find a couple every so often.
Oh, my entire island was full of holes. Yeah.
On the subject of fish, can I take this opportunity to mention that the more games I've been playing lately, it seems like fishing has been introduced in a lot of strange places and everything. And I remember I was playing, Elder Scrolls Online, and there's that Master Fisher achievement, which is a total bear. You have to do an ungodly amount of fishing. But then it shows up in Red Dead Redemption 2. And it shows up in Castaway. You're fishing there. You're fishing in, like, all these games. Just like randomly throw in fishing just to kind of like, oh yeah. By the way, you can go fishing now. Like, I don't understand what what the sudden thing with fishing is. I don't remember fishing.
I don't get it either.
No,
I don't get it either. I completed Far Cry 5, and I've only caught two fish, which I think were required. Yeah, it's Boring.
Well, there's two things that people like to have in games, it seems like. One is a finishing minigame, and the second is the ability to pet dogs. Like, and people will, they'll comment on that. They'll be like, oh, well, the fishing, finally you can fish. Or, yeah, I can pet that good boy. But yeah, that's something I have noticed, and it just seems like it's kind of a gamer, kind of an inside joke, it seems like.
What a fish.
I have a fishy feeling that you'll be talking about fishing later, Koosh.
Well, it was weird in Zelda too, right? You take time from saving the world to go fishing.
Fishing Zelda.
And then, of course, I've been playing Fishing Planet. Actually, okay, funny story. You're talking about games that I've been doing. I've been actually sitting here playing Fishing Planet the past week, just kind of throwing in my pole and reeling in trout. So
sounds exhilarating.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. It's very zen. It's very zen to just kind of like, I think I'm gonna go fishing today. So, and golf.
Golf.
Yeah, I was playing Golf Club. This is a game I don't think I ever would have played before. Is Golf Club.
Just, the game of gold.
Well, there's three of them.
Oh.
There's Golf Club 2, Golf Club 2019. There are three of them, so I'm playing all three of them.
Man, you really play anything, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, my tack at the 1 million was not to complete as I went, but more just. I mean, at the end, it was just give me the points. I just want this monkey off my back. I want to be done with it. I just want to be done with it because there are times when you realize Gamerscore is an addiction, and it's kind of like realizing that and saying, I finally hit that number. I finally have that one in front of my number that will never go away. So I'm not going to 2. And just trying to back away from that a bit. Play things I like, not feel this need to keep up. I hit like 218,000 in the last year. 218,000 last year.
Oh.
400,000 the last 2 years.
Wow.
So I really ramped it up at the end. I'm like, I just want this done. It was like, ooh, there's a goal. I'm actually closer to that goal than I thought I would ever be. And then I'm like, okay, I have to get it now. And I've got it. Okay. Cool. Play for fun.
It's pretty nuts, especially when you take into account what you already had unlocked. You had 800,000 Gamerscore already on your tag. So all the super easy stuff.
Actually, we were going to talk about that, right? And I forgot to look up my stats. Yeah, Sasha was on our 14th episode, was it? Level 14?
It's in November.
And he had...
I think it was 16.
He had 830... Oh, yeah, 16. He had 830K, so we were looking at... He's gotten, obviously, 170K since, and...
yeah.
Oof. Well, he's not here to make fun of, but he's gotten, 5K since? That's what I was thinking.
People look at me like, what are you doing? How do you do this? I'm like, well, I play a lot of games that you don't.
That would be correct.
I play all those Rata games. But yeah.
What else is there? All right, Nate, what have you been playing? And then we'll come back to me for some other nonsense.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so it's been another week of play what RTDL tells me to play. And I missed out on the boost that you guys, the impromptu Crackdown 3 boost, because I was out doing UFC, watching the UFC, not actually fighting in the UFC. Yeah, not this week. I need some time off, need some rest time, and get back in the gym.
I saw what you did to Ronda Rousey.
So I was doing some RTDL
Can't
stuff.
quite put my finger on it.
And this week, the interesting ones were, I love this game. I'll preface it with this. I love this game, and man, more people need to play it if they haven't. And it's X-Men Origins Wolverine. This game,
my god, I remember that.
This game is so good, but this game is way better than it has any right to be based off of the source material from which it came.
Yeah.
Right? The movie, utter trash. Not great. But the game, really good. Really good, except for the boss fight at the very, very end.
That's exactly it. I could not beat the boss fight at the end of a hard mode.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I probably destroyed several controllers, but I actually got it. So then I was going back through, and I was like, okay, well, what do I actually need to do for this, right? Because, it's RTDL. It's telling me what I need to do. I have to go and get all the dog tags in the game. This is one of the ones I left kind of undone. And so then I went back through and I said, okay, well, what was my playing like for this game? Apparently, it came out in May of 2009 and early May, and I played the majority of it on the 9th and the 10th. So I just like mainlined this game on 2 days. Then I touched it again 9 years later on April 4th of 2018 for one achievement, which I am sure was an RTDL item. And then almost a year later, August 14th, 2019. So then almost 10 years to the day from when I started, I got pretty much every other achievement. Which was, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 achievements. And culminating with the last one, which was find all the dog tags in the game. Now, one of the problems with this game is if you switch and do a second playthrough or a third playthrough, you change it to a new game, it throws away all of your collectibles and all of your, grindy type achievements. All the counters are reset. So in order to get this, I was thinking, okay, I'll play this level. I'll do the old thing where you Google, last dog tag or, hard to find dog tags, and you go visit those specific locations. Well, no, that wasn't the one that I was missing, right? Because when I looked at it, I had like 24 out of 25 or whatever the number was. Or I think it was 95. So I had 94 out of 95. I was missing one. I kept searching, my team was helping me out. They were doing some Google searches and we're looking, can't really find it. So I'm like, okay, well, here's my plan. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to get everything out of the way. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be looking for this dog tag. And if I don't find it, then I'll play through again on easy or normal or whatever the lowest difficulty is, and I'll just follow a guide. Well, I was all set up for that, and I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it one more time. There's one level I haven't really played a lot of through all this, going through and getting all the achievements. I'll play this level one more time. And it was the one with Gambit. So the one in the casino. And I missed a fairly obvious dog tag. It was at the top of this building before like the second Gambit fight. You basically run all the way around the side of this building where you wouldn't normally go. And there in the corner was this dead guy with a dog tag. So
I actually remember that. It's been like 10 years since I played that game. I actually remember exactly where they're talking about.
Yeah, it's before that second fight on kind of like the walkway that he imbues or whatever with energy and then blows up. Yep. But yeah, there was this guy sitting all the way over there. I was like, I cannot believe that I missed this. And apparently what happens is if you get a dog tag and then die, you need to get it again. So that's probably what happened. I probably got that. I probably died my first time through, and I just went straight back to him and missed that one. So it was not an intentional preload, but I went through and I completed that. That game is great. If you have not played it, it's cheap. I recommend you get it. Then I also played Oceanhorn. And Oceanhorn happens to have a fishing achievement. It's not the one I needed. I'm trying to remember what was the one I needed. Oh, right. It was get to the highest level possible. So, like, Explorer level 16. Which basically requires you to go get pretty much everything in the game. This game is funny because the final achievement has nothing to do with beating the game. So, like, you beat the game, you beat the end boss, there's no achievement for that. Like, you don't technically have to beat the end boss to get to get all the achievements in this game. I did because I was trying to get XP and I was trying to see what was out there. So I beat the game and then I went through and I was trying to clean up some other achievements while I was at it. And luckily by finding like this crystal, I got enough XP and boom, I got my RTDL item and I am almost done except for the fishing achievement. There's one fish that shocks you when you pull it in and it's a real pain in the butt. And while I should be able to pull it in, I just haven't been able to do it. So we'll call that a preload. Totally a preload. It's not that I don't have the skill. It's totally a preload.
Yep. Quick sidebar on that. That is probably one of my favorite games. Probably at least top 10, top 15 that I've played on Xbox One. And I actually have everything but the highest adventure level and the fish one. How many attempts have you tried this electric fish?
How many of you?
Like 2.
Let's say 2.
2. It is terrible.
Yeah. So my first attempt, I actually probably was my best attempt, and then I tried it maybe 5 other times. and just haven't gotten it yet. So I parked myself right at a good spot where I can go in and get more hearts, because basically when you fail, you either die and have to restart, or you get shocked, or you kind of bail on it, go grab hearts. So because you need all 8 or 9 hearts that you can get in order to last long enough to pull this fish in theory. But this game, I guess we should probably say what it is. It's like a Zelda. It's like the most Zelda-like game you'll get on the Xbox, probably. And it was a mobile game, I believe, first. Mm-hmm. And then it was ported to the Xbox with a little bit of better graphics or whatever. But it definitely feels like a Zelda that was on a phone.
And there's a second one in the mix.
Ooh.
In the works.
I like the sound of that. It was a good enough game that I would definitely not even think about it. And just put it on my wish list and get it when it was on sale.
Fishing achievements.
Go ahead.
Fishing achievements.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll have more fishing achievements. And the last thing I want to talk about very briefly, because I know I'm going on. I've mentioned it before. Everybody knows it. I love Skyforce. It's on sale. It is also... Is it on sale? I'm lying. It's leaving Game Pass. So you should have bought this when it was on sale is what I meant to say.
Lost your chance.
I know. This game is great. It's a perfect slice of game type game. So I've got 15 minutes. Let me go just beat 2 levels with this one particular ship, and that's slowly grinding away at some of the grindier achievements that I don't mind grinding on because it is just kind of a fun, kind of a mindless game. I kind of zen out and murder things with a plane. But yeah, that's what I was playing. Now, Elle, did you think of anything? Did that knock anything loose? Give you time?
Think?
I think you fell asleep.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I thought you were thinking of more.
Oh, well, you mentioned what I was going to talk about, which was the impromptu crackdown boost.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
There was one Friday night.
Tuesday night, the one Wednesday night?
Oh, well, there was one while I was on vacay.
Saturday night.
That you guys did.
Yeah, that was the good
one. That was Tuesday.
That was when
Kingsman
I got achievements.
And then I both completed the game that night.
Yeah, and then you pretended to have a cold on Friday and Saturday and didn't join us.
I did.
Yeah.
Have
Okay.
I'll explain on my turn.
Okay. But I gotta say, for a Friday and Saturday night, we had a dozen people in party.
Yeah, you didn't.
We actually didn't, but it would have been nice of you to show up anywho. On Saturday, we had so many people that Michelle came up with the idea to split into 2 groups. So we had basically 3 and 4 on each team instead of 6 and 6, because that way people would get stuff done. More people would get their things done, and it worked.
She's so smart.
She is. And a lot of people did well. So I finished it on Friday, and I still showed up Saturday to help everyone else. Jerk face.
That's something else. Going back to the whole, I don't have this desire to boost anything anymore. I just screw it. I don't have a desire to do those grindy things anymore.
Well, in the case of Crackdown, Wrecking Zone, you can finish it in 2 sittings. And there's some good TA there for G-Task. And we actually have a good time. So we were laughing and making fun of people like Carpe Adam, who was just... I think it was his second ever boost, but he did really well. He's like, there's so many voices, I don't know who's talking. And I said, well, you can go to Party Overlay and it tells you who's talking. He's like, oh, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, still hard to keep track of what's going on sometimes, especially when, oh my God, you think I derail things. Mattism, oh my gosh. Like I could be asking, one of my teammates something and he'll chime in with something else. Oh, but that was fun. But there were a couple of people who, like Prue, who's like, oh, last minute, huh? But then he joined us at like 1 a.m. But I think we're going to try to come up with a way to schedule some of these boosts a little more in advance for some of these games. So I would love for people to come up with some suggestions of games to boost. And if people can helm some of these boosts, that would be awesome. But I think the community is such where you don't even need people on TA anymore. There's so many people around that are going to be helping.
It's I used to use TA to find, and it's still great to find boosting sessions, but basically it's just kind of like after a while you find your own crew.
Yeah,
that's really the way you do it. Yeah, it's nice to find boosting. Boosting. If I have to boost something, I'm done with it.
That's because you boost with Yoda and like Chip and I could see
You know
why
what,
you
I
wouldn't want to.
I boosted myself. I pull out my second console, my third console, and boosted myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things I was going to ask you, and back when you were on the first time, it looked like you and Inigo Montoya were both kind of at the same pace, heading for 1 million.
We were.
Did he kind of fall off?
Yeah, he got busy. It was actually kind of funny because there was one point where I had slowed down, he had sped up, and literally I took a picture of a screenshot of it. We literally had the same TA score.
Wow.
Now, because of TA, there's probably, hundreds or something in between, so I was slightly ahead of him. He never actually caught up to me. It wasn't on purpose. He's gotten busy with stuff, with life. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So he still plays a lot. He still completes a lot of stuff. He's doing his cleanup right now. But I decided to make a run for 1 million and had time, and so I did it. He isn't quite so into it anymore like that. He plays for fun.
All right. Well, I think of some more nonsensical questions to ask you, Corey. You could talk about your stuff.
One of my best friends. My best friends out there.
Oh.
Yeah, Montoya.
But he's a Patriots
Christie.
fan. Can't be too friendly with him.
Right? I know, right? Right?
Can't be too friendly.
Well, you're a Giants fan, so you have it all over the Patriots. It's like the spy in Stratego. It's like you got the field marshal out there, but the Giants are the spy. The Achilles heel. It's like my Eagles finally beating the Patriots.
Sports are great.
It gets heated.
No, he's talking about actual eagles in his backyard that are just attacked some random Patriots outside.
Actual spies?
And actual spies.
Funny story, we were actually having, we were getting kind of heated right before the Pats-Eagles Super Bowl a couple years ago, and they're like, Pats, sixth Super Bowl and everything like that. And I'm like, fine, you know what? Eagles by 7. Like, that's a bold prediction. I'm like, there it is. Lay it down there. Eagles by 7. And they won by 8. I'm like, see, there it was.
Nice.
In writing, I got it. I called it.
I think the one thing that would make football more entertaining is halftime fishing.
It's like when Minecraft added fishing. Remember that? Oh, yeah, we've got Minecraft fishing.
Huge update.
Yeah.
That's
Kitten
not
Bowl.
canceled. Anyways, my week included the aforementioned crackdown boosting. That was a nice completion. Finally got it off the list there, but it's still installed.
Yeah,
I will
okay.
help people. I didn't help people this past week because I was sick. I actually couldn't even muster up enough energy to play the game. And so I ended my streak. That's how serious I was. I'm done streaking. I'm retired from streaking.
Your clothes on. Stop streaking.
Exactly. Included in my week was I finally got around to Sundered and got my achievements for my full combo. So that has
Nicely
been acquired. First one for the possums.
That's a Vayner.
It's a Vayner. It is true. I need to go back and finish it up, I guess. I don't know. It kind of left me kind of a meh feeling.
Oh, how far in did you go?
I'm in the third and final area.
Oh, that's a
I don't have much before the boss, but knowing that I'll have to play the game again without the superpowered abilities doesn't sound fun.
Well, so it's not that they're not superpowered, it's just they're a different set of superpowers.
Sure.
So they're kind of analogous to the corruption powers.
Right. And I don't know how I'm going to... There's one achievement for getting the 500,000 of your little currency stuff. I don't see how that's going to come without grinding and grinding and grinding.
There are abilities that you can get that will, I think, assist with that. Like they'll drop more shards. Yeah, luck. Okay. Drop more shards. You get shards for... There are things you can spec into that will help that.
Yeah, I've been putting all my stuff into health and like melee damage and stuff. But anyways, the other game that's been taking up the majority of my time has been Mutant League Football. If you are familiar with the Von coin, they run different promotions that you can get additional Von coin in. You already get so many coins based off your TA for the month. and then they run promotions that you can get double it or, just extra coins if you get certain achievements. And for the past week and the next week, it is Mutant League Football, so I decided to check that out. And you know what? It's been fairly fun. I just completed a season. I did it perfectly without losing, thanks to dashboarding. And
That's skill.
Yes. And several MVP achievements, league first places and whatnot in different areas. So I had like 6 or 7 pops that equated for 1,300 TA. That was pretty good. And so I just need to do the free DLC, which is the Dynasty mode, and that will go through a few years. But that is, I don't know, it's been kind of a nice change of pace. I like the football every now and then, the virtual football, but Madden gets a little boring. So, throw in some mutants and where you can kill your team. It's not too bad. And I just noticed today, thanks to, I think, Tropan, Elle wrote a guide for this game and has been commenting on solutions. So that's been fun to revisit.
I got to give a shout out to Von Coin for my elite controller. Of course, you just mentioned Tropan. I feel bad now because I sniped him on that. But Von Coin.
Oh, that's right. You got the elite controller.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Controllers. There's been one game, but it's mostly I'm saving all my auctions for hardware. So there's been 2 controllers, and I didn't have anywhere near enough the first time. I thought I had some the second time, but so I'm building up quite a bank right now. But I'm just waiting and see.
Go into more detail about how you snubbed Tropan.
Yeah.
I said, go into more detail about how you snubbed
He
Tropan.
sniped him. He sniped his ass.
I did. I feel like I kind of.
No.
Oh, no, he's got kids. He doesn't care.
I
He's probably
made up
changing a
whole bunch
diaper.
of- I all of a sudden used all of my how if you refer a friend you get extra coins. Yeah, I just kind of referred to all my friends.
Sasha morning,
right
Sasha
at the
evening, Sasha afternoon.
I still have my spreadsheet of like 100 alts that when I did Graw boosting and
Sasha Fortnite.
yeah,
That's awesome.
just 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way down. So I just every once in a while I'll pull out one of those accounts to do something.
That's funny.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad because but I mean I've been saving up my coins for something and I'm like that's it. I needed a controller anyway. It wasn't just that, but I needed a controller. So I'm liking this. It feels different than the old black one. I have both. It feels different.
Oh, this is the white one?
Yeah, this is the white one.
Okay.
It feels
more powerful?
It feels lighter. It feels lighter than the black one. So I don't know.
Do you feel privileged owning that controller? So getting back to Mutant League
because
Football.
Because I did Tropan. But it's funny because I'm looking at this controller and I still can't believe that it's not Bluetooth.
It's not?
So you say it's
crazy.
heavier than the black one?
No, I think
Or
the black
it's-
one's heavier. I think this is lighter than
Okay.
the black one. I'm holding
Weird.
it side by side, and I feel like the black one has. I don't know. Hold it again. Pick it up.
Whoa.
It feels like maybe
That
it's
is-
just my imagination, but
Whoa,
it feels
it
like
sounded like a zipper.
it's a little bit. Well, I've got the zipper case.
Whoa. It is big and black. Oh, that's the white one.
It's big and black. Yeah, and maybe it's just
Oh,
my
it's not that bad.
imagination. It kind of feels different. There's like some more metal on it, which makes a difference. So, but
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous where they could have upgraded it in some ways, but it seems like it's just a paint job.
it is just a paint job, really. It's just the plastic top. I mean, there's less metal on it,
whew.
and
Yeah, I've actually never had an Elite controller, and I really have my eye on the V2, but horror stories of the first one, and puts me off a little bit.
I love my first one, both of them. I have not had the problems that other people have had. Knock on wood. And but I think the V2. What?
His mind's in the gutter. All over this.
What?
But no, it's just the fact that it's Bluetooth, and of course, Xbox is making a big deal of saying that Xbox One controllers will work on Scarlet. So the V2, being a Bluetooth controller, being like the elite version, is probably gonna be pretty epic when it comes down to it.
One of my favorite features of it is that the case that it comes in is also
A zipper
charges
case?
it.
Yeah.
But it's it's USB-C, and so I hate the cord on the regular controllers. It's terrible. I have one good micro USB cord that works. Every other one craps out pretty quickly.
You can buy those separately, right?
Oh, this is a separate one.
Okay.
It came with a pair of headphones.
Okay, just saying.
Yeah, move
Yeah,
USB.
because the Elite does come with a nice braided cord, so I'm going to assume that the Elite V2 is going to do that as well.
The cords aren't a problem. It's always the port on the top of the controller that kind of gets loose.
Yeah, that's true.
And you need a nice tight fit.
Yeah, the one on my PC, the one I use for my PC all the time, I never take it out. It's just like always, it's always in there.
I remember a cord coming with mine, but
All right, Sasha, you derailed us. That's my job, all right?
How did I derail us?
Because I was trying to talk about
security.
the foosball, talking about
Foosball.
Fawn
I
Coin.
mean, Voncoin, yes.
Foosball.
Foosball.
Do you have anything to add on Mute League
I was going
Football?
to ask
I know
you a very important question. Do you
Yeah, go
listen
for it.
with sound on to the commentary? Or at least once?
I probably should have known you should have asked. You were going to ask that, but I do on and off.
You
but
have
it's
heard it at least once?
it's very
Okay.
funny.
It
Gets
does.
old very quickly,
It
but
does.
it's very funny.
I don't know if you know this. It's the original announcer from the NBA Jam games. So it's,
I
it's
can
the guy
hear that,
who
I
did
guess. Yeah.
Shakalaka and he's on fire. That's the same guy.
Boom shakalaka.
So that's
I
a fun
can't
fact.
remember how they set it up, but one of the sayings is, just like two burritos from Taco Hell, something like that. And it makes me smile every time.
Yeah, I actually really liked that game. I was actually a Kickstarter backer, and I was looking back. I did that a couple of years ago, and I did the one where it was a Genesis game back in the day. So there was a Kickstarter where they came with an old school retro Genesis case that came with a manual, a poster, trading cards, and I got a shirt and all kinds of goodies. And I'm looking now. Apparently, I got an early review or an early access code. And I got a Steam code, too, if anyone wants that. Thanks. Totally necessary.
Yeah, I'm just noticing you haven't finished the game. Me and you are actually tied now.
I did everything but the kills, and then they came out with the title updates. I believe they were going to be charging at first, and then they wound up being free. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I was confused at first because they do sell a Dynasty Edition for $5 more and like a Dynasty Edition upgrade pack for like $6. But Dynasty mode is a free DLC in and of itself. So yeah, you don't have to pay anything for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to truck through that. I don't know if I probably won't do 1,000 kills now, and I'll probably let RTDL pick it up.
I know I made some comments on that solution. People were doing it way harder than it needed to be. But it's been a while, so I don't remember exactly what to do. But you could put it on easy and kill people really quickly. You put on you call the
one
audibles.
of your solutions was about going off sides and just killing the quarterback. I can't figure out how to go off sides.
Oh, really?
And it's not just as smart as running towards the quarterback before he snaps.
There must be.
It won't go past that imaginary line.
An option.
Yeah, I kind of. Oh, look, players killed. That's nice. It tracks on TA, but I couldn't find that in game.
There you go. Yeah, you go offside. That's what you do.
Anyways, speaking of news. I picked two news stories that matter to me because nobody else did. Not that we really have a lot of news. So here we go. Gears Pop achievement list. The Gears of War mobile free-to-play mobile game is coming out today, if you're listening to this, on Thursday, August 22nd. And the achievement list is now on TA. And as you can imagine with a Gears game, it is
poopy.
Has that Gears grind, but then just add in that free-to-play mobile grindiness, and that's what you get.
Yeah, imagine that. Just you have the free-to-play on top of the Gears grind. That's just going to be seriously hell.
Most of it seems straightforward, if I'm honest. If you're just going to be playing this game, a little bit here and every day. I don't think that anything's going to scare anybody. even has a seriously achievement. There's just part of that seriously achievement that goes along with other achievements that I think might prove difficult, and that's where you have to reach the highest league. And so as of recording, we don't know how the leagues work, but generally you probably have to be pretty good, and it is a mobile, probably pay to win game, so keep that in mind. Yeah, but I'm actually looking forward to this. Just a new game to pop achievements on my phone, and if it plays how I think it will play, it will keep my attention for longer than Solitaire and Word Minted.
Right.
You guys, are you guys interested in this? Will you be downloading and putting this beast on your
I'm
tag?
downloading it right now.
In the future.
Yeah.
In the future, future me is.
Future me is downloading it right now.
But do we know?
Yeah.
I didn't look at any trailers or anything for it. So what type of game is it?
It looks like, it looks like it looks kind of like a Lego game. It looks kind of like when I saw the trailer, the original launch trailer, or not launch trailer, but the announcement trailer at E3. It looked kind of like what happens if they made a pop version of Legos and did it as Gears of War.
All right, but is there
Yeah,
a story?
Yeah,
Is there a campaign?
It's classified as
It's a phone game.
No, it's classified as a PvP mobile game, so you're always playing against other people. I'm having a little bit of difficulty finding
Clash Royale is what you're
true
thinking.
gameplay, but if it's like Clash Royale, you usually get it's kind of like a deck builder ish. You get cards and you only get so many at a time, and you throw out your guys onto the field. And in Clash Royale, it's kind of tower defensive, if I remember right. It's been a long time since I played, actually, not take away tower defense. You're popping guys out, and the other guys putting guys on that will counteract you, or if they don't go against your people, then you'll end up winning. But you basically want to take their side over, and you win. I don't know how close this is to that, but it kind of looks like it from what I've seen, which is very little.
No, that doesn't sound.
They keep putting out cinematic trailers and not gameplay, but.
That doesn't sound
here
anything
we
like
go.
Gears of War. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just be honest. That doesn't sound anything like Gears of War.
Well, okay, so the difference with this and like a Clash Royale is that there is a cover mechanic. So you'll be your units can take cover from little, I guess, areas as they're going across the field. Now, I haven't watched the videos in too much detail, but of course it's going to be out in 2 days. And also, they kind of have their own spin on it. So these units obviously are going to be from the Gears universe, and they're not calling them cards; they're calling them pins. And it looks like you're going to be leveling up pins, and they're all going to have Gears type skills. Like there's one for killing the enemy leader with the Hammer of Dawn in Versus. And the funny thing is, it's also going to have a Horde mode, which sounds kind of interesting. I'm very excited to see what this game is, and I'm definitely going to jump into it. I don't know if that seriously pop is going to be possible because of getting the highest league level, but we'll see.
We'll see. It's gonna be a pay to win.
You're a Gears junkie, Al, right?
Yeet.
Are you excited for this?
Sure, why not? Used to be
you
a
could
junkie.
just throw this on your son's phone, log into your account, and say, "Win, boy."
Ooh. It's one thing he doesn't have yet.
Earn my love.
If you
But
get him an iPod,
Surface.
get him
We have Surfaces.
old Android
We
phone.
Win 10. But it probably won't run on that.
There you go.
Think it'll run
No,
on
no,
that?
I think it's it's coming to Win
But it's
10.
gonna run
Point.
on it.
Yeah, it's
That's the question.
I think it's Win 10.
yeah.
I mean, it runs on a phone. It's gonna run on your Surface.
I don't know.
Maybe not your Surface, based off
a
of
Surface.
previous experience.
Yeah, thanks never out.
Well, the other news story is in in relation to a non-normal achievement list. Is Ori and the Blind Forest. It's coming to the Switch. We've known it's coming to the Switch, but now we have a date. I think it's September 27th, if I'm correct. And the devs have confirmed that it will have Xbox Live integration, including achievements. And right now we don't know if that's a stack or if it's going to go on top of the original achievement list. But if I was a betting man, I would say it's getting its own stack.
Wow.
And that has me very excited.
Yeah. Stacks are always fun.
Vayner.
Stacks are fun, yeah. I would like to say that I would have Cuphead already on Switch if it had achievements. So if this one comes out with achievements that's a separate stack, I would like to think that I'm going to get it pretty quickly. Although I have not gotten Minecraft yet. But now with G-Task, maybe I should. So do you have a Switch, Koosh?
I do have the Switch.
That's what I thought.
So my question to you is going to be physical or digital?
I'm either or. I mean, most of my Switch games are physical.
Right.
So, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, I play my Switch so rarely that I might as well just get a physical disc because it's not like I'm popping games in and out and I want to play 3 games in one day, Ori will be getting a lot of play on the Switch. So
the only part that scares me is that I stick to the standard Joy-Cons, and it doesn't sound like a super fun experience with Ori and the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, well, yeah.
might be time to buy an adapter and play with my Xbox controller.
You can do that?
You can.
Because I know you could get a Pro controller, but
you can spend $20 and get an adapter.
Well, that sounds even smarter.
Yep.
Yeah, get the Pro controller.
So, add another Vayner to the list there. Ell has a Switch and Minecraft, I believe, right?
Oh, you want to hear some backstabbery?
Oh, boy.
So, we went on
Yeah, go
vacation, and we took my sister's kids along, and my nephew has Minecraft on the Switch, and he has no interest in achievements and whatever. So, my son gives him his tag and info instead of mine. So he's popping all these achievements. Yeah. So hopefully that could be changed. I might need some help for the next 2 weeks of G-Task. That's some backstab.
As much as I love G-Task, I could never do that again. I did it for a couple of years. I can never do it again.
Yeah.
My hat off to everybody who does it.
It's different this year.
Yeah. Those Rata games won't help you this time.
They really won't. You complete a whole game and you get 30 TA difference, and it does nothing.
Fishing Planet, on the other hand, Fishing Planet has Partaker that the ratio keeps going up and up and up and up because no one can get it anymore.
Oh, speaking of G-Task and fishing, I forgot to mention earlier, the Castaway Paradise stuff I was going for is worth next to nothing, which makes it even more infuriating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. That end game is...
The tutorial's worth 47G. Your first collectible's worth 73G. And then I did stuff for growing every type of flower is worth 2G.
Did you do the glitch?
4 TA. Yes,
glitch?
I did do the glitch. Yeah, you can hit... you don't have to be the level they want you to be. You can just hit Y to view the item, and then you could just buy anything in the game.
Yeah, buy is disabled.
Yeah,
but it really
so you can
works.
buy all the flowers and buy all the fruits. And growing all the fruits is worth 3G. So the highest thing I got...
Yeah, I think I spent the last 8 or so hours on that game and got 20.
Yeah, the last two are all the fish, worth 6.
The ratio is so low.
And donate every collectible is worth 4.
Jeez.
And if the last one you needed was the shells, that's not worth very much either.
It's like Hell Mode in
it's
in
so
Bullet
dumb.
Witch.
Yeah, that's worth 4G also, donating all the shells.
No, it's worth...
4G is ATA.
I had a friend say that he thought that my millionth gamer point should be Hell Mode on Bullet Witch. That would have been impressive. That would have been very impressive to pull that off. The one gamer score you get for beating Hell Mode in Bullet Witch.
Totally easy. Well, now that you mentioned the news that's important to you, I'll mention something that real people care about, or a lot of people.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VIII achievement list came out.
Thought you said people care.
Oh,
Kenny's not people.
It has a release date of September 3rd, and the achievement list looks pretty straightforward in the 5-second scan that I just did. But more importantly, it seems to have the stuff that 7 did, which is 3 times game speed, No, you can toggle that, and no random encounters, and the battle assist option, so HP, ATP gauge, and limit break boosts. So yeah, you should be able to fly through this game also.
Fly through it, meaning like still 30 hours.
Yes. So now we have 7, 8, 9, and 10 on Xbox, which is something people have been clamoring for. So for me, I'm the old guy. I would like 1 through 6 somehow to be on there. But this is pretty exciting for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like 7 and they like 8 instead. And a lot of people hate 8 and they like 7. So
why not have
some people just don't like any of them.
I know, right? Like people that have never played it. Those people don't like them.
I took a few turns back in the day. Anyways, speaking of stuff that's actually on sale, we have sales. Ish. There's quite a bit on sale. Some very good sales, but if you are in the US of A, you will notice that a lot of those don't have prices next to them on the TA page, and if you look for them on Xbox, they are full price. That is because there is a Gamescom sale going on that our EU buddies are benefiting from, and we get to sit on the sidelines. Now, that doesn't mean that everything is on sale just for the EU. We do have some sales applicable to us, and I've only highlighted one that tickled my fancy, and that would be, let me get the full name here. I got to type it in TA now. It's Hell Yeah, Wrath of some rabbit.
Wrath of the Dead Rabbit.
Wrath of the Dead Rabbit. One of the 360, 400-point Vayners that is missing on my tag. I've heard good things.
You have?
Looking at, I thought you guys told me good things.
Maybe just so we can get you to buy it.
It is currently $5, normally $15, so it's a pretty good sale. I was noticing that you haven't completed it, so that kind of sparked something in my brain. But maybe now I'll save $5.
I mean, they say it's a Vayner, but
okay, it's one of those.
Yeah. It's kind of on the fringe.
Okay. Well, it's only 400 pointers, so it's already on the low end of the scale there for me. But that's the only one that really spotted my eye. A couple of them sounded really good, and I was really excited for them. But alas, they were EU only, so those will live to be bought another day. Koosh, you have some tabs open. I can see already. I can see all the way from Tennessee.
It's not that surprising, right?
Not really, no. What are your tabs? What are your tabs?
Okay, so I've got a few. I'll go through them pretty quickly. There's Lost Artifacts Soulstone.
Easy.
This is $4.99 down from $9.99. This is an 8-floor game. You'll know them from the Gnome's Garden series and such. It's a management genre. And the TA estimate is 4 to 5 hours, and I have it on good authority that it's easy.
Easy mode. It has easy mode.
It actually has an easy mode?
Yep. It's got easy mode.
Fantastic. So it might be worth picking that up now and then saving that for when you need it. Hand of Fate 2, $20, down from $30. It's got 1,435 gamer score. That's kind of fun. And that comes out to 3,961 TA. This is from the developer Defiant, who is shutting down or is shut down. So you may want to, if you're worried about this, going delisted, you might want to pick it up now while it's on sale. So you don't have to pay the $30. If they do give us a heads up that's going to be delisted, I want to just do it now. I will definitely be getting this one because I enjoyed the first game. Have not completed it, and there's a ton of TA in that one, which looks like there is true of the second one as well. And I think Waka even said, don't be fooled. It's not as difficult as you would think it is based off of the TA. You just have to know.
Can you explain it to me like I'm 5, the gameplay?
Sure. So Hand of Fate is kind of a card-based roguelite with
Shooter.
Batman Arkham combat.
Wow.
So you get these kind of you basically start off with resource cards, which you can choose, and that's how you can sort of set up your runs to go for particular achievements, such as get 5 curses, or end up with 100+ food, or wear all pieces of this armor set. Well, once you unlock them all, you can put them into a set, a deck, and you have to meet the deck limit. So they say, you have to have 20 cards, you have to have 3 of these or whatever. So you meet these requirements, then you can start the match. The match is randomized in terms of the map and where you have to go, and the cards are all face down. So you can't really tell what card's going to flip over. You then proceed to adjacent cards. And sometimes those cards are encounters. Sometimes those cards are, bonuses to you. And then sometimes those cards are, I want to call them like quest chains. Like you'll get some options that you can choose as the story is developing on that card. And then based on the actions that you make, you may open up like the next version of that card, which kind of progresses the story for that encounter. So let's say, and it's an example of that. The card is you meet a beggar right on the side of the road, and they give you 3 options. 1, give the beggar some, money, or 2, give the beggar some food, or 3, completely ignore the beggar. Based on the choices you make, and you may have to make all those choices to open up all the various pathways that card can go, you'll open up either new items or new, pathways for that encounter, or you might even open up other encounters based on that one. So other additional cards. So I don't know if I've done a great job of explaining it, but and sometimes those result in fights as well. And the fights you'll be equipped with whatever gear you have chosen and earned through various encounter cards or bonus cards. And the combat is very similar to like a Batman Arkham. You have people are attacking you. You can counter them, or you can attack them in kind of that combat. It's not as good as Batman Arkham, where you would have heard about it, but it's similar to it. Now, I haven't played the second one. The first one I thought was pretty good. Combat was not bad. Definitely didn't kind of hinder it. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's definitely worth checking out. I believe that was Games with Gold, the first one. Yes. So hopefully you have it. You could pop it on another tag and see what you think. I would say give it an hour, and if you don't like it, then maybe move on. There's lots of games to play. Speaking of lots of games to play, 100 Ways, $4 down from 10. It's 1,000 gamer score. It's 1,336 TA. It's in the puzzle genre, and it's 6 to 8 hours. I believe Elroy has talked about this and how he loves to murder innocents. Finally, Omen Sight and Stories, The Path of Destiny's bundle, $9 down from 30. I reviewed Stories, The Path of Destiny's, and I really enjoyed the game. It felt a little simplified. It wasn't that in-depth. It was telling an interesting story, and you kind of had to go back over and over through multiple playthroughs to get all the achievements and to learn all of the story. Omen Sight seems similar, and the reviews that I've seen from it make it seem as though the combat is actually more in-depth, and the story is actually more in-depth as well, and it plays kind of like a whodunit murder mystery in the style of a Groundhog Day. So I think what that means is you're just kind of playing the same scenario over and over from different angles, and you're following different people throughout the day, and that kind of informs you about the entire story. This looks great. I'm going to pick it up. $9 down from 30.
Is that game about Thundercats?
Go.
No.
Every time I hear Omen Sight, I think of Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.
Right.
Every time. And now hopefully you will too.
No, see, I'm remembering this thing where it's showing celebrities that look like cartoon characters, and the one that they have for Lino is Carrot Top, because he's got the flowing locks, and he's like really buff now. Yeah,
got props.
So there you go. Hopefully, I've ruined your brain.
If I think of Carrot Top, yes, brain is gone.
Are there any sales for you, Al, or have I stolen them all?
I don't think I want anything, but there's 3 ACA games. Did you mention those?
Of course not.
Well, you should have, because they're classics. Classics such as 3 Count Bout, which is, of course, about sweaty, half-naked, sexy, classy professional wrestlers.
Right up your alley.
I just did the Win 10 version. I need to do the 1 version still. Art of Fighting, I believe, is an easy 1K. And of course, they're always easy in air quotes. 1,000 out of 1,500 completed. So yeah, that's completable. And then Top Players Golf. I haven't heard much about that one. Oh, 30 out of 153. Not quite an easy completion. 15 to 20 hours. Wow. What?
If that's the one I'm thinking of, that's rough.
Wow. Sangrius did it. Smitty did it. And Red did it.
Sangrius did it.
He did them all. He does them all, but...
He does all of them. He's a beast like that.
So this one looks more like a gentleman's 160. This doesn't look too good. And I believe this is the cheapest away oot has been. $9.89. This is a keeper. Co-op classic.
Yep, I'm still playing it with Jables.
Yep. Smitty and I are still not playing it.
Good time.
Are we done with sales, or can I make a J Black way?
You can always make a J Black way.
Well, I actually have a story to tell.
Oh, do tell.
Story time. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got a message from somebody. And he says to me, if you talk about the Gamertag Challenge next week, I insist you use the word J Blacklog. So as much as I'd like to claim ownership of that one, it was not me. So, could you figure out who that might be?
Elroy.
No clue.
Koosh, Corey? It's not Elroy, no. Someone clever.
Oh, Elroy.
I'm going to assume it's not J Black.
No, it's someone punny.
Someone punny.
It can't be Skeptical Mario, hashtag 5438897.
Of course, is indeed Skeptical Mario, yes. So, if you remember, I said J Blacklog, and then Koosh made a comment to me like, how long have you been holding on to that one? And I said, a couple days, and that was exactly right. So what I actually did, unbeknownst to the hosts, and I made a mention of this a couple weeks ago, is I messaged a few community members, and I asked them to give me some secret quotes to try to sneak into the podcast. And I got this idea from a Jimmy Fallon sketch. My wife actually showed me this. They had one for MLB All-Stars, secretly slipping funny words into their interviews after the game. So I don't know if I should say what they are, or if people should try to go back and listen and see what they might have been. There was a good 4 or 5 of them. And if you remember, I was really crazy like the first 10 or 20 minutes of the show. It's because I was trying to slip in all these things and sound, I guess, natural. But there were some good ones.
But you failed.
There were some good ones. If you go back. I know. I meant to mention it, but I forgot I was away the next week, so that kind of...
Let's give everybody a week.
I want you guys to listen and try to figure out any of them. That would be awesome. J Blacklog was correct, and if you could figure out who told me them, that's even funnier.
Okay.
And what's even funnier is that Chip gave me a word to say, and I forgot to say it, but I told him that Foof edited it out. We love you, Chip. Because
love you, Chip.
Kenny likes to edit out everything I say, because he's a piece of...
It's also very easy to get blackmail images of him if you just ask his wife. She will just send those right along to you. No questions asked.
There was this not safe for work image that was posted. Something was on his chin. I could not believe what it was. Oh, chin! Speaking of chin, I forgot to tell you this amazing story earlier also. Man, my mind is on vacation still. So during Crackdown Boost, you could hear his girlfriend in the background. And she's yelling, "You guys are all just standing still. What are you doing? You're not even playing the game." And you hear him explaining to her, like, that's what we're doing. We're boosting. So she's heard about boosting, apparently, but she finally got to see it in action. It was really funny.
Or in action. Yeah.
In action. We were in action. She's like, you're all just standing there. You might have had to be there, but it was pretty funny. Man, Story time, and the living's easy.
Is done. All right. To wrap up sales, there are new games added to our summer spotlight for the summer.
I'll nap.
Koosh, this is kind of your thing here. So, what are the new additions?
Oh, geez. Okay, so I actually compiled this list, and then the show started, and then they.
Are there any fishing games?
So,
as they do,
I don't know. Let's suppose at the end we'll figure out which one we think should have a fishing game. Age of Wonders,
no.
Ancestors Legacy. I said at the end. Animus, Eritana, and the Twin Masks. I'm actually interested in this one. This one looks maybe to be more like a Zelda than even Oceanhorn, which is weird because it comes from a 2D, or maybe not that weird. Comes from a 2D platformer and then broke out into a 3D kind of exploration game, not unlike Zelda. Exception looks like a very interesting platformer. I haven't seen a woo. Take it away. Do anything with that?
cut
So now
that.
you're just
Excellent
faking.
breath
That's-
control there.
Yeah. Now I can tell it's just an MP3.
Oh my
At the
goodness!
time
Wait till you
that
see
we
the.
checked, Awu had not cracked it. I'm not sure if he's gone in and done it or not. Gravity Duck, No Man's Sky, PC Building Simulator. Nobody wants to play this. Rad.
I want to play that. I really do want to play that. I
Yeah,
swear
that
I
was
do.
the
I
jewel.
really do want to play that.
A lot of people actually want to play that one. So.
Games like that you make me go, hey, I have to. It's like Soda Drinker Pro. This game just looks so crazy. I have to play it.
Yeah, please don't compare it to Soda Drink Pro, but yes, it definitely looks like a game I would like to play.
There is no good comparison.
Then there's Rad from Double Fine, and it looks cool.
Rad.
Remnant from the Ashes. There is Slay the Spire, which, speaking of card-based fighting games, I believe it's in that same genre. There's Tactics V Obsidian Brigade, and yes, that's a letter, not a Roman number. Train Sim World, Vigor, and World of Warships, which I believe is a free game with paid-for to win packs.
Vigor also free to play.
Yes, Vigor also free to play. Actually, it was in kind of a private beta for the longest time. I remember actually winning a code from TA and then not cashing it in because it didn't have achievements. And what was the point? They have since added achievements.
Is Vigor the sequel to Vim? Old people get that joke. Okay,
that reference.
That's bad.
And for the quick and cheap, we only have one, and that is Gravity Duck.
Editor's note: Michelle still wants your duck pics.
And man, is it quick. This game can be 1K'd in, I think, 15 minutes or so. It really depends on what you're doing when you're playing the game. Like, are you listening to a podcast? Are you making dinner? I'm not quite sure. But it goes pretty quickly.
So clearly, the PC Building Simulator game is the one that should
It's
have
the
fishing.
Fishing game, right?
Yep.
And it probably does. Who knows?
Probably does.
No. See what it is.
With PH.
Fishing PC. You're able to play Crisis on the PC, and they put fishing into the Crisis.
Yes, it's definitely like that Soda Drinker Pro game within a game.
Yep.
For sure.
Oh God, yeah. What was it? What was it called? That game within the game?
Something of Mary Sue, right?
Something.
Had a girl's name.
You talking about Soda Drinker Pro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pro? Vivian
That's
Clark.
it.
Vivian Clark. There you go.
Yeah, you were close.
Yeah, Mary Sue, Vivian Clark. They're sisters.
Oh boy! All right. Well, now for some free asterisk games that are going to be going away very
Want
soon.
Sasha to read something?
If Sasha wants to read something, he can read the sad news of the Game Pass departures.
So we've got Alien Hominid HD, and yes, Chip was all over that game. He was going on about that. Kingdom for Keflings.
Classic.
Game that's been around forever. That's such a classic. Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Not a classic.
Nothing about that. World of Keflings. Makes sense if one's going, the other one's going to. Battle Block Theater. Hue, which I have and I've never played.
Whoa.
I don't think.
Wow.
Manual Samuel, which I have and have played briefly. Skyforce Reloaded. I remember hearing someone talking about Skyforce earlier. And Inner Space. I do remember playing Inner Space. That was an interesting game. It was interesting. A little frustrating trying to find everything in that with the full 360 everywhere. But that was actually a pretty good game. Inner Space was.
I'm curious, with your catalog of games, does Game Pass intrigue you? Do you sub to it? Do you not care?
Well, with Game Pass Ultimate, I couldn't not sub to it because I had 2 years.
True.
But Chip could not for $1.
Yeah, I was rag on him too, and we can all collectively rag on him now. Come on, Chip.
Koosh offered him $1.
Yeah,
And then
Foof
offered him $1.
Yeah, here's $1. I could not do that. So, I did do that, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't have on there, and really the biggest thing for Game Pass is the day ones. State of Decay 2, day one. Outer Wilds, I like that. Outer Worlds is gonna be day one. That's Outer Wilds, Outer Worlds, both day one.
Your Forces, your Gears, your Halos,
Gears
your
5.
I
Crackdown.
mean, it pays for itself.
It does.
All that
right there.
stuff.
Yeah.
Especially for that $1. I already had the Xbox Live.
But I would imagine that you feel no need to rush and get these departures completed.
I don't see any of those I played Keflings and destroyed them a long time ago. And
Yeah, luckily that list is a little underwhelming, which is a good thing in this case because I don't feel like I should need to play any of those. I own what I consider
I actually
the good
have
ones.
Garou on my tag because completion estimate 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, I have 8 of 12, and the last 4 it's really hard. Fighting game, 200 points, but it's worth 420 TA. So yeah, see, not easy. Might have to try that again. Don't want to buy it for $10. No, what? No.
We're spoiled.
Here we
Totally.
1,000 Gamerscore.
Speaking of the being spoiled and getting some good games in, some even day one, we do have the next set of Game Pass games coming to the service. Starting today, or actually a few days ago, Devil May Cry 5. That's a pretty big one. That is now in the service. It's Alaris. A lot of people are excited about that. And Age of Empires Definitive Edition.
The auto pop version.
The auto pop version. More on that in just a second. I want to finish this last bit here. Coming up in the later part of the month, we have Kingdom Come Deliverance and Ape Out. Ape Out is not confirmed to have achievements yet. But it very may well. I think it's PC only.
Yes.
I think
that's true.
Which if it was Xbox, I guess it would have achievements by now. But also the Bard's Tale, it's coming out on August 27th. And then the Blair Witch is the new indie game coming out on August 30th.
Me intrigued.
So that one, I think that one has a lot of people intrigued. I could care less because it's scary.
That means you care.
But, backing up a few beats to Age of Empires, this one has been drumming up quite the stir on our Discord and amongst the interwebs, it seems. When this dropped, a new stack actually appeared. They didn't make the old one game passable. They just made a new version and a whole new list. And what's even better about it is if you've done anything on the quote-unquote old version now, you get auto pops on the new one. So you get a free completion and a free, what is it? Is it 1250 Gamerscore?
Like
and the reason that this has kind of been in everybody's mind and peripheral vision here is because the old one has been delisted. You can no longer buy it officially from Microsoft. As of today, Tuesday, the previous Tuesday that you're hearing this, I was able to buy a code. The codes are still around. Amazon even has it. So there are very legal entities and means out there to get a code. and I tested it out. Now it's on TA is the 2018 version, and it still works. Koosh has outlined some quick steps and pro tips when doing this, and I'll leave that to him.
I guess I'll go look that up then.
I mean, if you don't remember, I can tell you.
Well, why don't you go ahead with it?
So it was something along the lines of once you have the game on your account, you've redeemed your code or whatever, you go into the Microsoft Store, you go into settings, and you turn off automatic updates. You want to make sure that's off just to make sure that no funny business happens. And I'm going to preface this by saying that this is correct as of August 20th. So if you're in the future, who knows? Anyways, back to the updates. Turn off auto updates. Then you may install your game. The thing is like 17 gigs, so prepare for that. It was very slow on my Surface. And once you open the game, you are prompted with a pop-up saying that, oh, you can play with other people and update your game. Simply click later and go about your business of opening a campaign and entering cheats to auto unlock achievements as fast as you can. After you're done and you're good with that, I think you were saying that there's a one-time transfer on the new version.
Yeah, the article I read said there's a one-time transfer. So when you do go to do your upgrade, either within the game or from the store, I would try it within the game first. But apparently you'll get like a one-time transfer of your progress. So you'll obviously want to do that with as many achievements as you can, and hopefully the full completion, so that you get the auto pops in the newer version of the game.
Exactly. As far as I know, the only reason for the newer version is it's a 32-bit client that will also work with the Steam version, so they're promoting crossplay. And so to do that, they had to get rid of the UWP version. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
So yeah. So I mean, you benefit if you owned the game before. If not, the new version still works with cheats. So anybody who has Game Pass PC, Game Pass Ultimate, still get some easy points.
I think there is one online achievement where you have to play a ranked match with somebody that you can invite. So
yeah, we need to do that.
Yes, we need to do that.
I'll see you after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the Game Pass news. Very very good in my opinion. It's a plus, 2 thumbs up, and we're good to go for the month of August. All right, let's wrap the podcast up with our last segment, which is the contest piece. Contests and the milestones you get from them. Elle, what is the one contest we keep reminding people that's coming up?
It's
not a
quiz.
I'm pretty sure it is pTart's annual birthday bash challenge, and that starts on her birthday on September 9th.
Her birth week.
Begins September 1st and ends on September 8th. And the winner of first place that week, it's a game of their choice. 8th place gets a $20 gift card. 34th place gets a $10 gift card. And the reason they do this is so anyone can play, and it's not just the first person spamming all the points, all the rats. If you are interested, yell out in the contest room. But there are pins up, I believe.
There are pins, and you'll get one more reminder about this contest because it's very, 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 very soon. Well, continuing on with the ridiculous amounts of challenges and contests we have going, we have a quick RTDL roundup because we actually have some updates on that. Koosh, what do we got?
So we have two full combos and a third. They belong to, in this order, NBA Kirkland, Benel 72,
nice.
And Rocker Dude. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep, we all three unlocked our full combos on the same day this past Saturday, I think. Maybe Friday. I don't know. It was on the same day. I don't know what they were waiting for, but Elle was holding me up, so yeah.
Did you get
Good job, guys.
Good job
It
to
has
them.
been a rough month, right? This month has been much more difficult, at least on my list.
Is it? Yeah.
As far as the team side goes, I think this is the longest we've been from day one of the month.
Either the
full
shininess
combo.
is worn off, or people got harder lists, or something. But I don't know.
But
a lot of people are quoting harder lists, but my list wasn't harder.
I think getting 3 on one day is pretty crazy. But
Did you get a Babality also? I think Kirkland did.
I got Piece of the World or something like that.
Kirkland got the Babality. I saw that.
Babality.
The last 2 competitions we have are the Gamertag Challenge. Currently, it is J Black. So work through your J Black logs in order to complete that Gamertag. And just be prepared for Freemhole coming up in a few short weeks. More letters, but probably more common. So see if you can fit the bill next month. We also have the G-Task that is going on. And we have some eliminations we want to recognize. We only have the team side right now. And that came from Keith 271179, Buck Marley 155, Isret 102, Spanky and Spronkle, and Death Dealers. Not all on the same team, but they've all been eliminated from the team side of the G-Task.
And my buddy Fresh also.
I knew
Fresh,
that there was
Fresh,
5
I don't think
people
is friends with
Fufu.
he must not have friended the pod.
That's right, because I knew it was like too
there
fresh
were 3
to death.
There were 3 people
like
formed that were on my RTDL team. Just decided to team up. I'm the original team.
Yeah, and they got bumped
minute.
like by a few points, right? They were like the top of the elimination list. Yeah, too bad there. Better luck next time. All right, getting to the end here. Let's get proclamation point proclamated.
Is that how that works?
It is today. Okay, so get with your compritos and let's go.
Kick it off.
All right.
Don't we know one elimination from the G-Task? Professor?
Remind me.
No, he saved himself. He saved himself.
He made it.
He saved himself.
Professor Pluto.
Professor.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh.
Professor.
Professor Pluto saved himself in the last mere minutes.
Well, he needs a special call out for that.
Mm-hmm. He just got one.
But he's a day ahead, so like he probably, I don't know, time traveled or something.
Very good job, Pluto. We are proud of you. Possum hiss.
So Prue has 500 completions. I was trying to figure out which game that was, but I couldn't figure it out. It's already scrolled off, so it must have happened a while ago. Darn it, Prue. Tell us what it was.
Okay. Achievements 1. Skeptical Mario has unlocked 10,000 achievements. Chewy on Ice has reached a new milestone of 15,000 achievements won, which was their goal to hit by January 1st. So good job there. Woo hit 18,000 achievements, and Mr. Sashamorning himself 34,500 achievements won. Does it sound crazy to hear that? I know it's 13 years, but 34,000 achievements, man.
I don't even know. It's just kind of like
in a row.
It's like in a row. In a row. I don't think of the achievements. I think of the gamer score is really. I don't.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, for me, whenever those pop up, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Wow. Now you think about it, 34,000 pops on my screen.
Yeah.
And of course, now with things popping on the Windows 10 and on there and on my console and on my phone at the same time, it's like 3 times as many pops.
Such a time to be alive.
That's right.
It's great.
That's right.
It looks like I switched up the things.
I just wanted to say that if each of those 34,500 achievements were worth 5 gamer score each, you'd have 172,500 gamer score, which is still more than Foof.
Well, we love you, Foof.
Yes.
We also have some streakers amongst our lovely little bunch here, and that is X Towers, 1,900 days, and Matism, 2,100 days.
Amateurs.
Both nothing to scoff
good
at.
job.
Because I can't even hit a gear, apparently, after trying twice.
I got a little cold. Little boogies are coming out of my nose.
Yeah.
What am I at? Oh. Need to phone a
are
friend.
now.
Oh, I forgot to complain about something. Damn it.
Oh, well,
I'm
you
doing
missed
it
your
now.
turn.
Yep.
I'm-
Sasha, would you? Oh.
Was it me?
I'll do it later.
Let
I'll do it
Sasha
later.
get ready while Elle tells his. While Elle does his thing later. Yeah. So you're gonna read off the gamer
Okay,
score.
yeah, I saw that. Well, you know what? I was expecting to see Sasha, but it doesn't say Sasha.
It does now.
Okay.
Unless you...
So, gamer score. Homer has reached a new milestone of 175,000 gamer score. Fug has reached a new milestone of 350,000 gamer score, and Proul has
Good.
reached a new milestone of 600,000 gamer score. 600.
You knocked that one out of
Awesome
the park.
job.
Yeah. And for TA score, we have Death Dealers with a new milestone of 200,000 True Achievement score. I gotta say, I really appreciate the commas. It's helping so much. Reset 42, also 200,000. Shadowless Edge, 500,000 with 1 comma. Buffs has hit 650,000 True Achievement score.
Koosh, you're in the top 50 of the TA leaderboard for Vayners. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good, thank you.
I've been spending some time playing Time Spinner. It's pretty good actually. It's that game that's similar to that other game that I keep trying to tell Corey to play. He won't play it. Symphony of the Night. Come on.
Outland.
You got the full combo. What are you waiting for? You said you were going to play it. You
I did,
promised.
but then stuff happened.
Promised. Get her done.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day.
All right. Jimbot Russia is somehow in the top 50 of the England TA leaderboard. LAX Jesta, I feel like we haven't heard from him lately. Where's that little Jesta? In the top 50,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard. pTart
Pretty.
is in the top 50 Gamerscore and second in Michigan for visual novels.
Go blue. Michigan, go blue.
Stop that. Philip Wendell is now in the top 50 of Georgia's Bleeder Games. Like that
I think
accent?
only Corey understood
Y'all come
that.
back now.
I understood 100% of it, and I'm shocked.
I did eat grits on my vacation, so that was good. Kronos.
Okay. Good for you.
Kronos, who actually I wanted to give a shout out to. So these are, damn. Getting forgetful in my old age. Kronos helped me out with my 20 ranked wins in Killer Instinct 9 ratio. So he helped me out with that. On matches where we didn't match up, we played legit, and I actually got like 3 or 4 legit wins, so that was exciting. But thank you for that, Kronos. I did. I lost more than that, but I did. Button mashy combos. Auto assist. Top 5,000 TA leaderboard. Way to go, Kronos. Mm-hmm. I anticipate your blog about it. Redemption Denied is in the top one of the TA leaderboard for Vayners.
Yeah, I did
Good
it.
job.
I would like to think that we
I was
played a small
thinking
part
that
in his journey there.
Probably would have done it at some point,
Anyway.
but definitely
I think it was done anyway.
made sure to show us about it. And Hatton 32 is in the top 50,000 of the TA leaderboard for Simulation. All right, good. Pick a genre and stick to it. Spanky and Sprunkle had a birthday on the 14th. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention that.
I don't know if you can cut. You might want to edit this out, and that's fine. But I did want to. Before the end of the segment, wanted to say something briefly, and that's people have been coming up to me the past week and saying, "Wow, 1 million gamer score and everything like that," and that's really a huge achievement. And sure, it took me like 13 years, but my parents are one-upping me this week. This next week is going to be their 50th wedding anniversary.
Nice.
Whoa!
And
nice.
you talk about achievement unlocked. I mean, it's people don't live to 50. People don't know each other 50 years. My parents, as of the 31st of August, will have been married for 50 years. And I want to give a shout out to them because they've obviously my parents. They're awesome for everything that they've done for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be posting on my blog on TA, trying to get everybody to as many people as possible to text them. Happy anniversary on the anniversary. So I'll be texting that. But I just wanted to, I'm kind of in awe of this. People say, 1 million or 2 million gamer score. That's just a number. This is 50 years together. And it's kind of awe-inspiring to me that that's kind of happening. So And it's kind of, I probably should have said something earlier in the podcast, but it is kind of one of those things that I think people, you see that and it's kind of, wow, something that actually happens sometimes.
That's pretty cool. Do you think that they'll freak out when they get tons of text throughout the day?
I'm counting on it.
Now, do they know
right.
that you're a dude?
And what are they going to do when they hit?
I'm a dude.
I just
Now,
figured
what are
it
their
out.
plans for when they hit 50? Are they gonna keep going with the streak, or
I think that's the plan. Is I think they're not.
Nice.
Gonna, I don't think it's going to end. They're not just going to take a day and that's it. I think they're probably going to try and go on for a little bit longer.
oh wow, okay.
What's their
Half
secret?
century.
Well, good
Do they
luck
sleep
with
in
that.
different beds? Like what are they? How do they not kill each
I
other?
wasn't sure how to fit that in because I wanted to say that earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. But
No, that works.
Yeah.
That is a non-prize contest. Text Sasha's
If you were
parents.
And I'll-
if you're the
coming up
50th
soon.
I will post
person
the
to text
number
them,
online so you can just go. Happy anniversary.
yeah, they should get a prize.
Totally
They
cool.
should get a prize. 50th person to text them.
Yep.
I think.
Give a prize.
I think so. On a somber note, in the community spotlight, since he doesn't ever get any milestones, Chip, we wanted to offer you condolences on the passing of your father-in-law.
Yeah.
We love you very much, and anything you need, we are here for you, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chip.
Sasha loves you too.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ditto.
Especially if it's a Crackdown 3 boost.
And with that,
We are almost out of here. Don't forget that, we're on the socials. Just come to Discord. That's all we want you at right now. Discord, and then, Patreon if you want to financially support us. Never required, always appreciated. Thanks for listening, guys.
bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
It's tool time.
Hey, do you want to earn so many achievements? Then try Gamer Gummies! Gummies for people who need sugar, caffeine, more sugar, and Adderall all in one convenient chew. With all new flavors like Twitch Berry. Are the berries twitching or will you be twitching? It doesn't matter, you'll be totally wired. Be careful though, you're gonna frag so many noobs. Noobicide. What's that? You want passion fruit? Well, how about button mashing fruit? Made with stallion. Real stallion. And not the horse kind. Eat Gamer Gummies and you might get fired for playing so many video games. But that's okay because you'll be too wired to care and then you'll have even more time to earn achievements and less time to waste at that silly thing you called a job. Platformers! You'll be good at them. This gummy isn't for casual gamers. It's for gamers who want abnormally fast reflexes. Beat Gianna Sister's Twisted Dreams on your first attempt because you're that wired. Chariot can be beaten with one hand because your reflexes will be that good. You'll be earning achievements so fast, Microsoft will be like, slow down. And you'll be like, piss off and punch Bill Gates in the face with your wired fists. You'll be so wired all the time that all of your responsibilities will be like achievements. Achievement dishes, achievement laundry, achievement taxes, achievement cooking, achievement eating, achievement driving, achievement having babies. You'll have so many babies. 1 million babies. Give Twitchberry to your babies and they'll be good at first-person shooters. They'll be unable to blink. People will see them gaming and think that they have no eyelids. They'll think that your babies are snakes. They'll ask your babies to slither and they'll do it because they'll be so wired, but they'll do it while still earning all the kill streaks. And then they'll be recruited for esports, and they'll compete against actual esports people, and they'll dominate esports, and they'll get their very own channel on Mixer. Hey, go with the sure thing. Don't gamble on your gamer score needs. Eat Gamer Gummies! The gummies that will make you earn achievements faster than Avatar wishes it could. So wired!
Warning, may contain redemption denied.
Hello and welcome. I'm Waka, and today I'll tell you about the very first Xbox One games with gold, along with the easy and enjoyable platformer Max: The Curse of Brotherhood, which I also recommend. Any idea what game it was? The standard asking price for this game, currently $5 on the Xbox One, and have 1000 Gamerscore worth 3200 TA. It also has 5 ports across platforms, featuring cross-saves, which drastically lowers the completion time after your first, but these has to be bought individually. It is a Halo game with over 100,000 tracked gamers for Xbox One on TA, but only close to 3,200 have completed it. It is a twin-stick shooter. Have you figured it out? Halo Spartan Assault is very inflated due to players checking it out and either not getting what they expected or just not liking it very much. The co-op missions in particular are very inflated, and its achievements can be unlocked in a few hours, netting you 500 Gamerscore worth 1700 TA. The remaining 500 Gamerscore earned by playing the single player is significantly slower but easy TA difference. The completion is estimated to 25 to 30 hours, but your progress is cross-saved between Xbox One, Xbox 360, Windows 8, Windows Phone and iOS. Unfortunately, the iOS version is no longer available for purchase and contains unobtainables. The extra credit achievement related to the challenges is semi-broken, and I recommend you to earn it in parallel for all platforms you intend to complete. Windows 8 also has problems unlocking the A for Effort achievement for completing Operation F, if it has been completed on other platforms. Halo Spartan Assault is also in Game Pass, so if you want true achievement difference quickly, find a friend to run through the co-op missions. Have a nice day, everyone!